Hey there, everyone. This is Trent Grzegorczyk, the retirement planning coach, and welcome to this video. In this video, I am going to cover in my opinion, and according to the opinions of other financial professionals who assist DIY retirement planning folks and DIY investors, in our opinion, being a financial planning expert and being a financial advisor, what we think is the best retirement planning tool from our kind of perspective. So if you're new here, my name is Trent Grzegorczyk, and I'm also known as the retirement planning coach, and I help individuals across the country secure their retirement faster, more specifically DIY investors and pre-retirees who are looking to get expert help without all of the jumping through hoops and sales pitches and all that nonsense that you really don't want to experience when you reach out to an expert. So I'm hoping to change that. And I help people more specifically through the Retirement Planning Club, which is a free private community for DIY investors and pre-retirees. And that community is growing pretty quickly. So if you're interested in getting started free within that community, you can just go to the link below and register and request to be part of that community. Okay, so let's talk about what makes a really good retirement planning software program and tool in the first place. So in my mind, what I like to think about like a good tool and what it provides you is providing you different tools to solve specific problems. And so what I mean by that is when can I retire, right? Based on what I have, based on how I'm invested, is there a better way to invest, or is there a different financial strategy I should consider? How do I navigate the tax planning world? And something like, do Roth conversions make sense for me? How can I keep track of my entire financial life in a very simple and easy and simplistic way? And doing this all in a kind of like a secure way as well. And then some other things, right? So those are kind of like the main areas that I look for anyway when analyzing different planning tools and software programs that I use to teach my private clients, my private coaching clients, and also what I like to create educational videos and content on. And the marketplace of retirement planning tools is definitely a long list. There's definitely a long list of the amount of tools and who offers them. But I would say two of the most popular tools that I have seen people use are Personal Capital and New Retirement. Those are kind of the leading planning tools for DIY investors and people who just want to not just like never hire a financial advisor, but get started with their planning on their terms and in their control. And so those two platforms provide a pretty good solution for that sort of problem. Okay. And so those two software programs and tools have been around for a while. The newer of the two is New Retirement, and they're really starting to make some moves with improving the platform, adding features, making the user experience better. And it is now on the top of my list as the best DIY retirement planning tool. Okay, so let me just dive into New Retirement. Okay. So New Retirement is, in my opinion, the best DIY retirement planning tool. And I will go through kind of from a higher level why I think it is the best tool. And then if you want to get signed up and you can get started free, you can just go to the link below in my description and use that link to sign up for New Retirement. So this is when you log in and get onboarded to the platform. This is kind of what it looks like. And I really like it. It right away gives you the forecast of your wealth, and it shows you the chance of success and the probability of not running out of money in retirement. and some other things as far as cash flow, income and expenses, your net worth tracking over time. And it's just very easy to navigate. But that's not why I really like this platform, is not for the ease of navigation. It's definitely with the planning features that it has. So its competitor, Personal Capital, is probably the biggest competitor from a software perspective. Its planning software is really where the money is and where the gold is, especially when it comes to modeling different rates of returns that your portfolios could have over time, modeling Roth conversions and how much taxes that could potentially save you, and additional portfolio value that you could see by doing the conversion. So in those specific planning features, there's just gold. So this is what it looks like on the homepage. When you go through, and I'm not going to go through the entire onboarding process because I do have other videos on that within the Retirement Planning Club. So if you want to sign up for New Retirement, you can do that using the link below. But if you want to learn how to use New Retirement in a very sophisticated way, but simple, I keep it pretty simple, you sign up for the Retirement Planning Club, because that's a free way to get some help and to get access to training videos. So go to that link if you want to sign up for the Retirement Planning Club. So you go through and you add your different accounts. And what's really cool is that you can modify the rates of return. So unlike Personal Capital, in Personal Capital, you cannot modify the rate of return and tweak those numbers depending on your investment strategy and what you're trying to achieve. But in New Retirement, you can, which is really awesome. So you can modify your rate of return. You can enter in a pessimistic and optimistic number. And if you want more insight on what you plug into this area, I do have a YouTube video that I'll link below on how to determine your optimistic and pessimistic rate of return using logic and not just like random percents. And so you can customize your portfolio growth rate, which is really cool. Another thing that you can do, you can have money flows between accounts. So within Personal Capital, you cannot do that. You cannot specifically instruct the software program where money is flowing in specific years. You can also do Roth conversions. So within the money flow area, you can actually input and model a Roth conversion, which is amazing because you can then test out different conversion amounts to see how converting a specific amount from pre-tax to post-tax could benefit you in not just that 1 year, but for kind of like the lifetime of the length of your retirement. So one of the most confusing pieces to a Roth conversion conversation for most people is not understanding the benefit long-term of doing the Roth conversion. And New Retirement, while it's not a perfect, exact, guaranteed amount, they paint that picture of if you convert 50 grand next year, and then for the next 5 years until you're 72, here's how much you could potentially save in lifetime taxes. And here's how much more value you could have in your portfolio if in fact you do that. And then if all these other variables remain true, right? If tax rates remain the same, if your portfolio returns are exactly kind of like what's plugged into the system, if your spending from your portfolio remains consistent, and all these things, right, that can make a difference in the forecasting. So New Retirement does a really good job of making you understand the long-term benefit of doing a Roth conversion or not doing a Roth conversion, which is really, really awesome. Okay, so you can plug that conversion amount in here. So let's just plug in 50,000. And let's just do that in, well, let's just do like 2030. Okay, and then click save, right? So in this quick way of like entering into the system, it doesn't necessarily make sense, right? Now, keep in mind, this is a dummy account. This is just like randomized portfolio, kind of like values and growth rates and ages and all these sorts of things. So this is just me showing you how the system can calculate how much you could potentially save in taxes, which in this case isn't much, right? It doesn't really make much sense. Or how much more you could have in your estate by age 90. So let's just play around with this one more time just to see if we can make that a positive number. Okay, so let's just go down. Let's just convert 50 grand this year in September. See if that makes a difference. Okay, so as you can see, based on choosing different months and years will make this different, right? So you can see that it actually does some thinking and calculations, which is really cool. And that's what I love about New Retirement, is it shows you the value of either that you could save in taxes or that you could add to your portfolio over time by converting from pre-tax to post-tax in specific years and in months, actually, which is really awesome. Also within the, and by the way, in order to get the most out of New Retirement, you should, number one, well, you can sign up free. Okay, so they have a free version, a freemium version. But if you really want to use the best features, you need to sign up for the premium version, which is like $100 a year. Okay, very, very low cost. Like what I pay as an advisor to have access to this very similar software like this is unreal compared to like $100 per year. Okay, so y'all are getting a really good deal on some very sophisticated planning software for $100. In my opinion, this is my opinion, they should be charging 10 times that amount, and it would still be a deal compared to what we pay as advisors to have access to very, very sophisticated, very well built retirement planning software. Okay. So even if you're kind of hesitant on the like $100 cost for the New Retirement Planning software, just know that that's an extremely low cost compared to what I have to pay as an advisor to provide myself advisor level financial planning software program. Okay, so they really should be charging like 10 times the amount, to be completely honest. So, so you need the premium version to do to get access to a few different things. Okay, the first one is a Roth conversion calculator, in which the system will actually calculate Roth conversion amounts for you. Okay, so based off of the inputs that you enter into the system, as far as your age, as far as your retirement date, income level, expense level, portfolio values and money flows, and based on everything, it will calculate for you a conversion schedule that could either save some money in lifetime taxes, or could also add additional portfolio value to your estate. Okay, so New Retirement will keep doing conversions if it continues to add value to your estate. Okay, even though it might not save you in lifetime taxes. So in this situation, you could potentially have $260K more, but you're actually paying $26K more in taxes over your lifetime. But would you rather pay $26K extra in taxes to potentially have $261,000 of additional value? Yeah, probably, right? So in that situation, you're not doing a Roth conversion because it saves money in tax, saves you in tax dollars, but it actually adds more value to your portfolio potentially, right? That's kind of the caveat. And then it'll show you, and it doesn't just show you numbers. It actually has a pretty sophisticated way of illustrating the impact of the benefit of Roth conversion. So you can see how your effective tax bracket will change over time. And it shows it to you if you were to implement this sort of conversion schedule versus not using this sort of conversion schedule. Sometimes when I model these out, it looks like much more appealing for somebody to do conversions. And in this dummy account, this situation, it just really doesn't look that attractive, especially given the portfolio size. But it'll show you comparing side by side in a chart. If you were to do this sort of conversion schedule, how that can impact your tax rate and your annual tax liability comparison. So it shows you kind of your average, your federal income tax rate, and then it'll show you the amount in taxes paid, the difference there. And then it totals everything up here. Okay. Super powerful, but I always tell people, don't necessarily use this Roth Conversion Explorer and just like do exactly what it says, because it's a starting point. Typically, and I have Roth conversion trainings on this, so I'm not going to dive too much deeper, but I know like a lot of people use New Retirement for this Roth conversion feature in the premium version. So I just want to spend a little bit extra time on this. This is a starting point. Typically what I see is that and I have another training video on this, I'll include that link below. If you don't see any conversions, odds are conversions won't make a whole bunch of sense for you. Okay. If you do see some conversions in the suggested conversion schedule over time, you should, and it's significant amounts, like it's not telling you to convert $5,000 or $2,000 or $1,000. If it's actually a significant amount, you should potentially consider it. And if this amount is significant, you should consider it. This is negligible because would you pay a little bit more in taxes to get, this much potentially more in portfolio value over time? Probably. Okay. So it has a Roth conversion feature. It also has a Monte Carlo feature that everybody loves. Financial advisors love using Monte Carlos and showing the probability of success and modeling different scenarios to try and see how this changes over time. So this is actually a really powerful Monte Carlo program, because you can actually modify the different variables and kind of check off what you're trying to like stress test and trying to test against. So yeah, it has a really awesome Monte Carlo. It has a really awesome Roth conversion calculator. And it does the work for you to at least get you thinking about Roth conversions. You can link all of your accounts, so you don't necessarily just have to plug in and manually plug in a number. You can actually link your account to sync with your assets. So if you have a Vanguard account, if you have an E-Trade account, if you have a Fidelity account, you can link those portfolios with New Retirement, and it will sync on a regular basis and keep updated, which is really cool too, right? So you can essentially log into one tool and you can view all the values of your portfolio, and then you can constantly see and check in if you're still on track, which is awesome. Okay. And there's a bunch of other things. And seriously, like if you really want to dive deep into New Retirement, just sign up for the Retirement Planning Club and then start taking my DIY retirement planning course that you can literally get started free, and go through some, I think there's like 40 to 50 training videos within the Retirement Planning Club. So like there's a lot of value there. And you, like I just said, you can actually do that free. And then lastly, what you can do is, actually, I'm going to go down to the scenarios. So within New Retirement, you can build multiple different scenarios and then quickly jump back and forth between one scenario and the next, and then instantly see the difference in value or probability of success super quick, right? So like in a nutshell, or in summary, New Retirement is my favorite retirement planning software program. And it has much more powerful planning features than Personal Capital. I do still like Personal Capital. I like Personal Capital for a few reasons. It allows you to track your investment portfolio performance. It shows your historical net worth as opposed to always forecasting into the future like New Retirement does. You can easily run bear markets in in Personal Capital. In New Retirement, there's a few workarounds. Again, I have videos on that. So just subscribe to my channel if you want to see all the videos. But as far as like a planning tool and really diving deep into planning and tax planning, especially tax planning, and modeling different returns and different investment strategies and some other things that I mentioned today, this is by far, hands down, the best planning tool for DIY investors and pre-retirees that want to get started on their terms. All right. So if you if you have been using New Retirement for a while, first and foremost, if you really want to get better at using New Retirement, well, they have a really good support team. So you can always chat into their chat system here and ask them any questions you have. So like, keep that in mind. They have a really good support team. Number two, if you want me to help you from kind of a more objective, independent level, you can sign up for the Retirement Planning Club. And then if you are new to like exploring New Retirement and you're just not sure if you would find value in it, use the link below to sign up for New Retirement. And you can, like I said, you can get started free, and use that link below in the description. And that will direct you to the sign up page where you can sign up for New Retirement and then literally get started free. And if you, like I mentioned though, in order to get the most value out of New Retirement, you need the premium version, which allows you to do so much more with the platform. And it is a bargain. I can't believe they're only charging $100 per year. They should be charging $100 a month, but it's $100 a year. So if you want to sign up for New Retirement as a financial planner who's been using New Retirement for a long time, it's a great tool for the person who wants to start planning for their retirement on their own terms. And then also for the person who's kind of like a DIY investor. They don't necessarily want an advisor to manage their money, or maybe they're not sure if they want an advisor to manage their money, but they just want sophisticated tools at their fingertips. Great platform, very low barrier to getting some really, really, really powerful, sophisticated tools at your fingertips. Okay. So go to the New Retirement registration link in the description below my video. That's my unique link. I get a kickback disclosure if you do sign up for New Retirement. But like, regardless of like that, I'm not kidding. New Retirement is the best of the best. Okay. So go to the link below, register for the Retirement Planning Club if you want more in-depth training videos, not only on New Retirement, but with Personal Capital and Portfolio Visualizer. And if you want access to a comprehensive start to finish retirement planning process, I've built that course, I've built that course myself and recorded all the videos myself. And what I did within the Retirement Planning Club is literally I teach how you can build a comprehensive retirement plan on your terms using my process that I use as a financial planner. So literally, instead of hiring me as an advisor, you can try it yourself and do it yourself. And I'll show you exactly how to do it from start to finish. Okay. So go to secureyourretirementnow.com/RPC. And you can register for the Retirement Planning Club. Again, it's totally free to get started and take the course. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video on the best retirement planning software tool, which is New Retirement. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do that. It helps me help you, and it motivates me to create some more videos and more reviews on how to help you secure your retirement faster. This is Trent, the Retirement Planning Coach, and I will see you in the Retirement Planning Club and in the next video. Take care.